Sometimes concepts for skyscrapers walk a fine line between being highly ambitious and downright absurd. In this video, we will explore skyscraper designs that were considered too extreme and as a result, were never brought to fruition. This includes a building intended to dwarf the Empire State Building, developers claiming they could build the world's tallest structure in just 90 days, and the outrageous idea of a skyscraper so tall that a vertical bullet train would be required as an elevator. Currently, only 3% of our viewers are subscribed to our channel, so if you enjoy our videos, be sure to click that button. At number 5, we have the India Tower. Starting with the smallest, our initial stop takes us to Mumbai, India, in the early 21st century. Mumbai, a thriving city, lacked a landmark symbol. Paris had the Eiffel Tower, New York had the Statue of Liberty, and Mumbai was said to have the India Tower. Proposed in 2008, the building was initially planned to be 301 meters tall, but 2 years later, the height was doubled to 707 meters. Designed by Foster & Partners, a UK-based architectural firm renowned for many well-known buildings, the India Tower aimed to symbolize India as a modern and prosperous country. The futuristic design included large observational decks on the 93rd and 94th floors, featuring a dedicated VIP floor. A tuned mass damper would be in place to absorb high winds, a technology also found in other buildings like Shanghai Tower, Taipei 101, and even used in Formula One race cars. Despite its exciting prospects, the colossal India Tower faced criticism from local authorities who deemed it too tall. This led to a lengthy court battle against the developers. Eventually, the project received approval, and construction began in 2010. However, just a year later, construction encountered another setback. The Indian economy, which had been thriving when the idea for the mega skyscraper was conceived, started to stagnate. The once rapidly growing economy slowed down, causing havoc for ongoing developments. Financial difficulties plagued the developers, leading to an inability to meet their debts. In March 2011, authorities imposed a construction freeze, bringing all building work to a standstill. By 2013, the investors decided to abandon the project entirely. The developers were left with an empty lot. After a few years, a slightly less ambitious project emerged. Instead of a single massive building, two 60-story structures were proposed. However, this project failed to take off as well. Construction was abandoned once again, and the Indian media described the site as jinxed. For a decade, the India Tower, once a highly ambitious endeavor, faced challenges. Moving on to our next mega project. It was one that truly shocked the world, the Foreign Sky City Tower. In 2012, a Chinese construction company made a daring announcement to the world. They not only pledged to construct the tallest building globally, but they claimed they could achieve this feat in just 90 days. This proposed building would surpass the height of the Burj Khalifa by 10 meters, a structure that took 6 years to complete. At that time, the Burj Khalifa had recently been revealed as the world's tallest building, marking Dubai's record-breaking dominance. The ambitious plan to erect a 838-meter skyscraper with 220 floors involved using prefabricated concrete blocks that could be efficiently lifted into position, resembling a sort of IKEA furniture approach, albeit for the tallest building in the world. While modular buildings were not a novel concept, they had never been employed on such a massive scale for skyscrapers. The proposal was nothing short of insane, with the building designed to withstand earthquakes up to magnitude 9, equipped with 8-inch thick walls and triple-glazed windows capable of enduring powerful storms. The developers claimed this building could house 30,000 people, presenting a potential game-changer for the housing market. Moreover, the construction costs were remarkably low, at $1,500 per square meter, in stark contrast to the $15,000 per square meter cost for the Burj Khalifa. It seemed like an unbelievable opportunity. Construction was slated to begin in November 2012, contingent on government approval, and the world was poised to witness the emergence of a new tallest building within 90 days. However, as the anticipated 90-day period came and went, there was no sign of the building. Concerns grew, and by February 2013, when a Forbes journalist reached out to the developer's office for information, they were informed that no details could be disclosed. The once highly publicized project began to fade into silence. In the subsequent months and years, what was supposed to be the site of the world's tallest building became an abandoned wasteland, with weeds taking over. By 2015, the foundations were filled with water, prompting locals to devise an ingenious solution. They transformed the abandoned land into fish farms, utilizing the water on the site. A local resident involved in the initiative shared that he raised fish on the construction site, and the activity was neither hidden nor stopped by authorities. The story did not end there. Locals started growing watermelons on the banks of the fish farms, utilizing the access roads initially built for construction to cultivate grain. While Sky City was centered around new and innovative building techniques, our subsequent project focused on pushing boundaries in size and quality, regardless of the associated costs. The Azerbaijan Tower. At number 3 is the Azerbaijan Tower. In 2010, Azerbaijani businessman Ibrahim Ibrahimov, inspired by Dubai's impressive architectural landscape, pondered the idea of transforming his hometown, Baku, Azerbaijan's capital, into a global city. Having just returned from Dubai, where opulent buildings showcase the city's oil wealth, Ibrahimov, with deep pockets from Baku's substantial oil reserves, envisioned a grand project during his 3-hour flight home. Rather than pass the time with entertainment, Ibrahimov sketched out his vision for Baku, featuring artificial islands in the Caspian Sea known as the Khazar Islands. The centerpiece of this ambitious plan was the Azerbaijan Tower, aiming to surpass even the Burj Khalifa in height. Ibrahimov set the bar at an astonishing 1,050 meters, making it taller than both the Burj Khalifa and the proposed Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia. This audacious proposal garnered attention from the New York Times, with Ibrahimov boldly stating that the tower alone would cost $3 billion, and he was prepared to fund it independently. Undeterred by potential objections, Ibrahimov expressed his determination, stating that he would work on the project alone, driven by his feelings. He even declared that if anyone attempted to build a taller structure, he would respond by constructing an even taller one. The New York Times headline captured the essence, quote, "Azerbaijan is rich, now it wants to be famous." The Azerbaijan Tower was envisioned to be surrounded by 55 artificial islands featuring hotels, a yacht club, an airport, and even a Formula One racetrack. The estimated cost for the entire project, including the islands, was around $100 million. Construction commenced in 2015, with a goal of completing the tower by 2019. However, the project faced a significant setback when Azerbaijan's economy, heavily reliant on oil and gas industry, suffered a downturn in 2015 due to collapsing oil prices. Ibrahimov, entangled in financial troubles, attempted to flee the country in mid-2015, but he was apprehended by the police. His temporary arrest was linked to a $57 million loan that he had failed to repay, intended for the Khazar Islands construction. The year 2019, when Baku was slated to be home to the world's tallest building, saw a feasibility study commissioned for the islands. However, to this day, there is no indication of the project resuming. The dream of the Azerbaijan Tower remains unrealized. Moving on to our next project, the Illinois. At number 2 is the Illinois. Our next skyscraper project takes us back to the 1950s, and despite being proposed several decades ago, this building surpasses any of the towers we've discussed so far. In 1956, the renowned Chicago architect Frank Lloyd Wright made a bold move. During a meeting with a journalist from the Chicago Tribune at his home, he shared his intention to propose a building for Chicago that would make the Empire State Building seem minuscule in comparison. This statement alone garnered headlines, leading to a packed audience at the Sherman House Hotel in Chicago 6 weeks later for the building's unveiling. Wright's proposal was nothing short of revolutionary, the first mile-high skyscraper, standing at 1.6 kilometers tall. The envisioned building would boast 528 floors and 76 elevators. To address potential elevator malfunctions, space for over 100 helicopters was also incorporated into the design. Wright's concept aimed to redefine urbanization by building upward instead of outward. Rather than considering a skyscraper merely as a part of a city, he envisioned a building that could function as a city in itself, accommodating office, residential, and hospitality spaces. The idea was to live, work, and relax all under one roof. While the proposal generated significant publicity, no serious developer stepped forward to turn Wright's dream into reality. Although many developers viewed it as impractical, A closer look at the designs revealed a three-lobed structural system, a revolutionary concept at the time. Wright believed in constructing buildings like tall trees, with deep roots underground providing stability. This idea influenced subsequent skyscrapers, including the Burj Khalifa. Although Frank Lloyd Wright never had the opportunity to design the world's tallest building, his innovative ideas may have played a role in shaping today's tallest structures. While the Burj Khalifa currently holds the title of Dubai's tallest building, the city continues to reach new heights. In fact, Dubai has proposed skyscrapers significantly larger than the Burj Khalifa, including the ambitious Dubai City Tower. Now, let's explore our next project, the Dubai City Tower. At the top of the list is the Dubai City Tower, projected to reach a height of 2,400 meters. If constructed, this tower would have been nearly 3 times the height of the Burj Khalifa and 7 times taller than the Eiffel Tower. Given the immense height, the elevators for this building would need to be exceptionally fast, reaching speeds comparable to a bullet train at 200 km per hour. Similar to the Illinois, this isn't merely a building proposal, it's a vision for a vertical city. The concept for the Dubai City Tower was groundbreaking, envisioning distinct neighborhoods on each 100-floor segment of the colossal 400-story structure. To achieve these staggering heights, the proposal included surrounding buildings to provide support to the core structure and shield it from strong winds. For every 100 floors, a separate adjacent building would connect to the core, designed to twist around the inner building, offering protection from all directions. The Dubai City Tower was initially proposed in 2009, but no progress has been made since then. And the reasons behind the lack of development remain unknown. Speculations abound, suggesting potential issues like financial difficulties, feasibility challenges, or political considerations. Similar to other buildings on this list, the fate of the Dubai City Tower remains uncertain. What are your thoughts? Would you like to see any of these buildings come to fruition? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to MEGALUX. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.